everyone, MeltingMan234 here, and welcome to another episode of Forgotten Media, where I dig up some stuff you may or may not have heard of. Today we'll be looking at a couple of Sonic figures that were cancelled and never made, but first a little bit of history. Since Sonic was a big star next to Mario in the video game industry, he had his share of massive amounts of merchandise, from bobbleheads to lunchboxes to McDonald's toys and more. Several companies have made various action figures of Sonic the Hedgehog and the gang, so let's take a look at the action figures that were never made. During Resource's time making action figures, they've made some based off of Sonic Adventure. Series 1 had Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, and Series 2 had Sonic, Amy, Big, and Gamma. It turns out they had plans for a Series 3, but it was never finished. The characters that were planned were Super Sonic, Shadow the Hedgehog, Rouge the Bat, and Dr. Robotnik, obviously them being based off of Sonic Adventure 2. So far, I was able to find the prototypes of Shadow and Rouge as they would look more like their video game counterparts. I was unable to find the prototypes of Robotnik and Super Sonic, but by judging by the other series, obviously Series 3 would include bases for the characters and a ring with a holder for it. They might have come with their own accessories like Series 2 did, but I'm not sure. Resource also had plans of making a 12-inch figure of Knuckles since they already made two versions of Sonic, but the idea was scrapped as the company was going out of business. If these figures were made, then they would become rare nowadays like all the other Sonic figures made by Resource. Even though the idea for Series 3 was canned, Jazzwares and Toy Island would make various action figures of Super Sonic, Robotnik, and Shadow. Toy Island made one Rouge figure, and it is very rare and hard to find nowadays. At least I've heard that Jazzwares is planning to make a new action figure of Rouge. And speaking of Jazzwares, that company has been known for being the current company in making new Sonic figures, but they too have had a few rejected ideas. One figure that was scrapped by Jazzwares was a metal Sonic figure painted in silver. Obviously, it was going to be a fancy exclusive figure, since Sonic has had his share of different color schemes that were exclusive figures, pretty much in like gold and silver and all that stuff. And even Espio had his own special edition. I guess they thought the figure wasn't that interesting and just scrapped it. Out of all the small lot of cancelled figures, the most interesting one was that Jazzwares had plans in making a Metal Sonic 3.0 action figure. Now, if you don't know who this character is, I'll give you the rundown. Metal Sonic 3.0 was an alternate version of Metal Sonic created by Eggman Nega, aka Dr. Nega, and made his first appearance in Sonic Rivals 2, and he hasn't appeared in a Sonic game for a long time. Since he hasn't been seen in another game after that, it seems like 3.0 was becoming another one of the forgotten Sonic characters. Well, anyway, the idea for the Metal Sonic 3.0 action figure was it was going to use the same model they used for the Metal Sonic figure, and just paint it in different colors, like instead of all blue and bits of yellow, it'd be all black and bits of yellow. Well, anyway, Sega rejected the idea of a Metal Sonic 3.0 figure, and so it was never made. To me, I kind of wish the figure would have been made, since it does look a bit cool, even if he is another one of those forgotten characters, but hey, I'm the only guy around here that shows some sympathy for those forgotten and unloved characters. I mean, Egg Robo just gotten his own action figure, so why not this guy? Maybe it's because a lot of people treat Metal Sonic 3.0 as just a lousy recolor of Metal Sonic. Oh well, all the same, after all that hard work and planning, it's a shame these figures were never made. Well, that wraps up this episode of Forgotten Media, so this is Melting Man 234 signing out.